Hello there, everyone. It has been quite some time since I last recorded anything. And why am I recording stuff? Well, you probably saw the announcement trailer. That would be Clay Soldiers mod. Yep, time for another battle tournament. And if you look at the board behind me, there are quite a few teams that I have prepared. But you may notice there's one blank one over there on the left side. That'd be my right. That team is going to be one of 4 different teams that I could not really fit on the roster. So this episode, we're just going to start by having those 4 teams fight. Whoever wins, they get to be part of the tournament. The other 3, they're just gone for good. So let's go ahead and get those teams set up in one of our 9 new battle arenas. And of course, it starts raining right when I start recording. That's right, we'll just use a bed to get rid of this rain for a while. And we're done. Alright. So, the 4 teams that we have to choose between, they're gonna fight. We got Carrot Soldiers, Purple Glass, White, and Green Glass. And I actually don't need them in my inventory. I just put them here just for the heck of it. We're going to leave them up here because their banners are in the proper places. We will need this remote though. So I've already gone ahead and did a lot of random equipment generation, as you can tell over there. And all the soldiers have their stuff in their respective chests, including our 4 preliminary qualifying teams. And the way this is going down is there's going to be teams of 48 unless there is a specialist group, in which case half of a stack of soldiers is traded in and they get a specialist item like blaze powder. The other 4 items are their constant items. See, and I believe White is team 1. Yep. So you see White does not have a half stack because they do not have a specialist item. They have a book instead, so they can have capes. And I've gone ahead and mixed up all their stuff, haven't I? It's alright, I remember they had this stuff. So we're going to have these teams fighting in the Gladiator Hall, one of the more deadly arenas. Let's just go ahead and do a quick tour of the different arenas. Here we have Poseidon's Palace, an underwater arena. It's not a very hazardous place. It's got water that they can drown in if they're not careful. And, of course, the different viewing pit areas. And all the arenas are controlled by this one remote. Very simple, easy setup. Don't have to do too much other than give them their gear and send them off. This is the Terrifying Sands. There are cacti and quicksand traps as the main hazards of the arena, and a little microblock sand hill for them to climb over. Here in the feudal kitchen, there are, for some unknown reason, spike traps in the ground and spilled water. It's actually an ice trap block that makes them slip, but it looks like spilled water, so, you know, very nice, very fitting. Very lovely looking arena, if I say so myself. I would actually probably build something like this in a single player world. This is the Bloody Lumberyard. It uses saws from Better With Mods that turn on and off for set periods of time. And I took the time to make tiny log piles to make it look like this place is used by clay soldiers for chopping wood. I thought that was just a nice touch to do. This is the Tranquil Bog. Its only real trap is mud, which isn't much of a trap at all. They just kind of slow down in it, and the water is just, you know, it's chisel and bits water. It doesn't really do much to them if it's 4 blocks deep, like 4 bit blocks deep. That would cause them to get stuck permanently for some reason. As it is, the deepest it goes is 2 blocks. They just kind of move a bit slower in the water. Here we have Frostbite Valley. Again, not a very hazardous arena at all. The only real threat is slipping around on the ice and not being able to close the distance between the ranged units. This is the Fractured Mine. It is the only double layer battle arena I have made. You got little ravines that the soldiers can fall into if they're not careful, and down below, a lava pit. Of course, once they fall down here, there is no going back up. They're stuck fighting, and that could lead to some complications with the soldiers if half the team falls down there and the other half of the team just stays up above and does not realize where the enemy soldiers went. Which can happen. They do seem to lose each other over just a single block of height. This is the Gladiator Hall. This is where our qualifying teams will be facing each other. There are spike traps in the floor and detectors with fans. If anything walks in front of the detector's range, the fans will activate, launching the soldiers up into the air, where if they do not have feathers, they will fall and take fall damage, as one does when falling. And here we have Hellscape. It is another themed arena, and as such, there is lava and hibachis from Better With Mods embedded in the floor, which activate randomly. And it sure would have been nice if they activated right then. But we're not going to stick around waiting for them to activate. We have a fight to get to. So let me just take a moment to get these guys set up, and we will watch as they do battle. Okay, and we are back. The teams have been set up. Now, one other important rule. Each team has one leader. That leader is the only one that has goggles in this tournament. I think I might need to make these waiting rooms a little bit smaller, because if they're standing behind a block, they're not going to see their enemy teams, which could lead to a slight problem. And the way these guys have the king trapped in the corner, that's, you know, it's still a bit of a problem. I think I can fix that, though, by throwing down some bone meal for where I need them to go. Hey, guys. Supposed to respond to bone meal, right? No? Dang. Oh, I guess we're just going to have to let the tournament go, and I will make the rooms smaller in the meantime. So, those guys have their specialists, and look at that nice little fire effect. Those guys have a bunch of stuff, and they just have more units. So, I guess it's a question of whether more units are going to be able to beat out the shields or not in this one. Let's see in 3, 2, 1. We'll also see if the teams even see each other. So far, not so good. Oh, there we go. And some soldiers are being flung into the air. I already see a couple dead ones. That would be the blaze powder taking effect right away. I love the fans. They kind of make this, Jeez. I did think the fans would be doing the most damage in this fight. I can't really keep track of how many is left on each team, because I don't believe there is a radar for the soldiers anymore. I do think we have a conclusive victor, though. I believe that's going to be the white team. There are a couple carrots left, but they're currently just hovering in the air. Because I feel I'm going to need to tweak the air vent traps. Yeah. I'm going to conclusively decide myself that this one is going to go to the white team. Because they're all kind of trapped now. Okay. Let me get these guys cleaned up. White team's going to move on. Orange is going to have to... Carrot's going to have to try again next year. See you in a minute. In my cleaning efforts, orange managed to beat white. I guess that means the carrots get to move on. Oh well. So, I mercifully granted Carrot that win after they managed to obtain victory off camera during cleanup. I've now fixed the little air traps so that they won't keep the soldiers trapped in the air forever. The air traps might not function after enough items are dropped on the ground, but that's okay. Anyway, we're going to move on. We're going to have Purple Glass Soldiers, and they have a specialist team of Emerald Lightning Casters, facing up against Green Glass Soldiers, who have a specialist team of Explosive Gunpowder Soldiers. So, you know, shards of glass flying everywhere. That's always fun to have. So, I'm going to get these guys set up, and we will rejoin in a moment. Okay then, I've got both the teams set up. We have the Green Glass Soldiers over here, and we even have a few special soldiers, as they have turned into someone's skin. I cannot tell who, because I can't get close enough to them, and they are constantly in the midst of a crowd of soldiers, so I can't get a clear look. And we have the purple team over here, Purple Glass Soldiers. Now you may notice that the ones with emeralds are wearing capes. I have given them capes because I want all emerald users to wear capes, because they can dye their capes their color, and when they have their color, they also use lightning. That's their color. So we should be seeing purple lightning being thrown around in here. Anyway, let's see which team's gonna win. Explosive Thunder or Explosive Explosions? 3, 2, 1, let's go. and the teams are actually going off after each other much quicker this time around. The green glass soldiers do have feathers, so they can withstand these air traps a little bit easier. And that's something I notice happens at times when soldiers are blasted into a corner. They just kind of stop existing altogether. Which is a real shame, because it looks like a lot of the specialists on the purple side have been trapped in the corners. So that might give green a pretty hefty advantage. In fact, it looks like green has got a very clear advantage at this point, likely due to them having suicide bombers on their side. Although they are taking damage themselves, because I forgot one important thing. Any team that has suicide bombers should by default get string, so that they can't be damaged by their own team. It's looking pretty clear that green is going to be winning this fight. There's a couple purple soldiers left, but I don't think they're going to be able to hold off themselves. Oop, and the fighting has gone into the green arena for just a moment. They're really trying to chase down these last 3 or 2 lightning casters. Oh, there's one more. There's actually more soldiers left than I was actually noticing. They keep on going to the corners and I keep losing track of them that way. I would call this fight right now, but I don't really want to make the mistake of declaring the fight's over before it's actually over again. The purple crown keeps on changing hands. I think this is like the 5th purple king now. And there goes the guy again, picking it up once more. I think we've seen 7 heirs to the purple glass throne slain this day. And all combat seems to have stopped. That is it. Green glass is the winner. Alright. Time for a quick cleanup, and we'll see if green glass or carrot moves on to go in the actual tournament. You may have noticed I'm not actually using any team names right now, because it's because I don't have any picked out yet. I'm saving that for when it's the actual tournament. Anyway, I got cleaning to do. See you in a moment. Alright. So, time for the last qualifying round. We have the green glass soldiers over here on the left side. They've been all geared out. And I decided to hang up their banner inside their arena as well as in the battle zone. Make it more of an official tournament. And we have the carrots over here with their little fiery blaze powder guys. I remembered to give them the string this time around. So, let's get this thing going in 3, 2, 1. Click. Both teams ran past each other right away. It looks like a blaze guy hit an explosive gunpowder person right off the bat. That probably is not going to do too well for the carrot team in the long run there. I see I think we've got all the blaze powder used up by now, it looks like. I think that's 8 different brick soldier corpses laying around. Here goes another gunpowder explosion. Again, it's hard to tell who's actually in the lead while the main fighting is still going on due to the fact that there is no Claydar anymore. It looks like we got a winner here though, and I believe it is the Green Glass Soldiers. So, congratulations, you suicide bombing team of Emerald Shrapnel. I don't know where I'm going with that. Yeah, good on ya. You managed to qualify for the tournament. You have a lot more fighting to go through. Don't get cocky. Well, I guess that's going to be it for this video. We have our qualifying teams. Let's go back to the main area. Now first, let's grab the flag, because I threw all the flags out. And let's put them on the wall officially. So there we have it. And the way these banners are set up, each team will be facing the team that's above them for the initial round of fighting. And this is going to be a triple elimination style tournament, which means you have... So you can lose twice, and if you lose the third time, you are done for good. I believe that's how triple elimination works. Anyway, let's head down below to where we have the team mascots all sitting. So, whenever a team is eliminated, the pillar below them is destroyed, and they fall down a hole in the floor to a waiting area. Here, they will wait until the first round of tournament elimination matches are done, and they will be facing their opponents. If they lose again, they go down to the last stand arena. And in the last stand arena, if you lose, you're gone. I haven't quite decided on all the rules of the tournament yet, but I believe one thing I want to do is once you have won a battle, you get another random upgrade for your team. You know, just something to make it a little more intriguing as things go on, so it's not all samey. Also, I think that a victory will increase the team sizes as well. I have not decided yet, but we'll see what comes about when the tournament's actually going. So I hope you guys are looking forward to this series. I certainly am. I have no idea which teams are going to be winning, but I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun. So take care. I will see you guys in the first official tournament video shortly. Bye bye.